Don't miss that special moment.
Dang, girl.
When the moment strikes, you want to be ready.
So pick up the phone and write this number down.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Give us a call now at 316-712-0333.
Your penis will thank you.
Mysterious.
Come around anyhow, run around town, won't you hear me now? People talking in the street, don't give a shout, coming down the line, we running out of time now. When I'm going at you, come around. Alright, well, welcome back. We kind of took a
Suck your slobbers.
2-week break on InSpace here.
There you go. Someone said that.
Tonight we've got a full house again. We got 6 people in here, right, guys?
Yep.
As far as I can see.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a baker's dozen.
You can't see very far because it's kind of
That's
smoky
13.
in here tonight.
What?
We set the record tonight for as smoky as it's been since we pushed the record button. Usually it's not this smoky yet, but I think everybody's relaxing. Yeah.
It's like Fukushima in here.
Fukushima. Fuck you, Shima. So, as always, I've got Joe, Mr. Bronco motherfucker, on my left. How's it going, Joe?
What's up?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, America?
How you been today?
I've been better, let me tell you.
You been better?
I've been better.
Why is that? What's wrong, man? It's a long day.
Long day. It's been a minute since I've been to the undisclosed location.
Yeah, here we are at the undisclosed location with InSpace. Check us out on RadioZenu.com, Facebook, whatever. Just Google us and you'll find us. Joe, who's on your left?
We've got the always fabulous Jessica.
What's up, Jessica?
Good evening. How are you, Nick?
I'm good. How you been?
Very good.
Good. Kyle, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Good.
It's been a long 2 weeks.
Yeah, it has. That Mohawk's rocking.
Thanks.
Yeah. Real quick, while we're on Kyle, I'd like to give a shout out to Aaron Roosevelt. He's a good friend of InSpace, one of our avid listeners, and a great friend of ours, a great friend of Kyle's. And we lost him 2 weeks ago to dystonia. We miss you. 25 years old. This show is completely dedicated to him. Kyle, you got anything you want to say?
That pretty much sums it up.
Good.
We love you. Rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah. If they got this podcast in heaven, that motherfucker'd be set.
Yeah.
He loved this
I'm
show.
sure he's listening, man.
I bet he is. On Kyle's left, we have David. What's up, David?
Hello, hello.
How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You haven't been back in the studio since you went to Florida, have you?
Yeah, I have.
Have you? Okay, well, sorry. 2 weeks off, I forget everything we've done. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I'm great. I'm tasty.
Tasty.
A special treat tonight. To the left of David, we have Stephen Headley from the 33, my bass player, my good friend. Steve,
What's up?
how's it going, man?
It's going good.
Hell yeah. What? Isn't it weird being in here and not having your bass on you?
Yeah, it is.
I know.
I had to pick up the 4-string over there just to
I noticed
kind of
that.
feel a little bit normal.
Yeah, well, usually when Steve's in the studio with me, we're jamming out, we're rocking and writing songs and doing what we do. But tonight it's got him on the headphones with a microphone in his face, which he doesn't usually have.
No.
So it's it's kind of like a big blackie hanging out in front of your face there.
Yeah.
Suck it, Steve.
Right.
Well, we got a great show lined up for you tonight. We got a lot of articles. We got 2 weeks worth of stuff going on. Once again, you're listening to InSpace with Nick McEwen. We got Joe, Jess, Kyle, David, and Steve Headley from the 33 in here tonight. It's going to be a good show. Don't forget to visit us on Facebook.com/InSpace show. Visit us on Twitter at Nick McEwen the 33, at Big Joe Pun, or at Steve Headley. What is it? Steve Headley the 33?
Steve Headley 33.
Steve Headley 33. That's
Yep.
STEVEHEADLEY 33, the number.
The number, not the letter.
Joe, what
Steve had to shut down his other Twitter account. Steve the effing man.
Steve the effing man.
It's getting followed around too much.
Kyle, you okay? I think Kyle just tried his first e-cig
No,
over
no,
there.
no. I haven't hit it one in a while. It's,
The Vapus. You got the Vapus?
Pomegranate in your
I was
face.
being
hole.
a little overzealous.
Over sucky?
Yeah.
Sucking a little too much. Why do I still have this?
I don't know. I held it like this
Where's
in my
it going?
hand
Suck your
for a
spit.
while before I figured out that
tonight,
I was holding.
like I said, we missed the liquor store closing. Which way is this going? Left? This is a fucking giant Miller Lite can. Oh, relay. Oh, my God. Thank you.
I'm sorry I missed that.
So many fumbles.
We're not getting the gold medal, Steve. God.
Teamwork.
Back in line.
I'm so glad the fucking Olympics are over.
I think that's
Yeah.
the fastest I've ever read my articles.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I've been hitting up that
Kyle,
speed
we weren't
reading.
recording.
Oh.
We were
What?
reading out loud.
No. Just in my brain.
Also, give us a call at 316-712-0333. That's the number here at InSpace. Leave us a message. Give us some fucking love, because we need to know who's listening to us. Email me at nickmcEwen@gmail.com. That's NICKMC capital EWEN @gmail.com. And let us know you're out there. Let us know you're paying attention, because we love you as much as you would love us if you listen, because it's a good show. Earn Spurs with Nerk McEwen. So how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody's just chilling, relaxing, having a good time? Awesome. I remember a couple weeks ago we were talking about the Aurora, Colorado shooter, and today I found out that he had actually called one of the therapists that he was working with at one of the institutes or colleges he was associated with 9 times, like a couple hours before the the Aurora massacre happened. He'd actually called this person trying to get counseling. The same person he sent that notebook to that was full of like fucked up drawings and like attack drawings and shit like that. Now, how strange is this? This guy, his dad works for one of the biggest bioresearch companies. He's got a contract with the government, works with neurology, shit like that. His kid, James Holmes, does the same thing. He's, works on the brain. He does experiments and psychology, stuff like that. And all of a sudden, he just flips his lid and he goes to this counselor and starts telling him, hey, I'm having these dreams where I'm, attacking a theater full of people and I can't stop. What if that's the case? What if he was part of some sort of MK Ultra program or brainwashing experiment where he didn't know it was happening and he was having these desires to carry out such a thing, How screwed up is that?
Yeah.
Wow. You should have just masturbated.
That is crazy, though. I mean, technology now is so, I guess, advanced. Like, we even have technology to shut down certain areas of your brain for a small period of time using magnets.
Right, yeah.
And
And the God helmet.
Yeah.
The God helmet, things like that.
I want to try that before
that make
I
you
die.
feel the presence of others.
For those of you who don't know, the God helmet is...
Which I don't.
Yeah.
Joe's always learning shit.
Yeah.
Every time he walks into this place.
Learn something every day.
The God helmet was a bunch of students who were in, I believe, probably college, some sort of medical study,
So they weren't in heaven making
it was
a helmet.
The lab that was kind of like doing this research was a neuroscience lab, I believe.
Right. And they had this helmet, and they built it, and it was set up with, like, magnetic frequency generators to where it would activate parts of the brain to make you feel like a presence, like somebody was watching you, or just an overall, like, spiritual, not so much religious, but like a spiritual experience to where you could see outside of your own perception. But it was a part of the brain that was activated that was allowed to do this. It's called the God helmet. Is that about right? I mean, does that...
Pretty much. I mean, it's been a while since I've read that research, but I believe it was like part of the brain that helps you like recognize that others are around you.
Right. Like that, you when you're like alone by yourself and you feel like somebody's watching you.
Yeah,
it's that feeling.
Yeah, because they would lock these, or probably not lock, but they would put the participants.
We're gonna lock you up, you son of a bitch.
In a room that's like pitch black in a bed, you know, so they couldn't see anything. They're just like, oh, I felt like someone was here.
Right.
Someone was watching me.
You know, and how fucked up would it be if there was actually some sort of extra dimensional or extra Terra Nova or extra Terra this world that was like in our presence and you could feel it, and that's why people were always like, man, last night at my house I got freaked out. I felt like somebody was watching me all night. It was weird. Well, like the other night, I'm a bartender. That's what I do for my bills and shit. And the other night, the bar I was working at, we were closing. And I was sitting at the end of the bar after close. All the doors were locked. I was the only one in the building. And sitting there counting the drawer out, you know, doing my duties at the end of my shift.
One for you, one for me.
No. Not a thief. And as I was sitting there, I was watching Family Guy, one of the flat screens we have behind the bar. And I'm looking up, watching Family Guy, like in between counting bills, and I look up, and this coaster flies, like a beer coaster, one of these, you know, the free ones the distributors give out to bars. They're like little paper fucking piece of shit coasters. Flies over my head and lands on the other side of the bar in front of the trash can. And it freaked me out, and I turned around, and I expected to see David there, because David, you know, comes and hangs out with me, and we hang out and shit. And I thought it was him. I thought he had like snuck back into the bar after I locked the doors. And I turn around and it wasn't him. And I'm like, what the fuck?
David's known to throw in a fierce beer coaster.
Yeah, that's right.
One fierce beer coaster, Bloodhound Gang. Give it up for those guys. Those guys are fucking wrong. But anyway, it was fucked up because I felt like somebody was there. And this beer coaster manifests and is flung over my head. Now, at first I thought maybe somebody had been throwing them at a previous time and it got stuck up in one of the little rafters in the ceiling. Maybe it got blown off by the fans, okay? But then I realized I had already turned off all the power to the lights and the fans in the dining room. No fans on, right? And if this beer coaster had fallen out of where the tiles are in the ceiling, it wouldn't have been flung and spinning like at an angle towards the back of my head.
Be dropping like a coin.
Right, exactly. It'd be flipping and flopping and going straight down. You know, might wave a little bit left and right. So I'm like, what the hell? So Tom Tongue of Paranormal Investigations of Wichita, if you're listening, I'm going to give you a call in the next couple days, and we need to have you come out to a certain location. Once we get a paranormal investigator out there to determine the situation, I will release the results of where this place is and how you can get to it. I just want to get some confirmation on my side first from somebody who knows what they're doing before I release any information about the place. But I'm pretty sure things go on. Every time I close, there's something that happens during the night.
Yep. It's a freaky place.
It is a scary fucking place. Nobody's ever really died there. It's just, I think there's been so many people in and out that, you know, limestone and quartz crystal, anything that's in the ground can pick up energy and release it at any time as a residual type of haunting or something like that. Or maybe that coaster fell through like an energy portal. Like, say in another dimension, our bar was open till 3 or 4 in the morning.
I don't know, I'd say it's probably pushing 50 years being open or as a place.
Something, yeah. Yeah. But
as a building, though, that thing's been there forever.
You've been there forever.
Maybe.
Maybe so.
Yeah, and you're not the only one who's experienced things there.
Oh, I know.
We'll
I know.
add that to the equation.
What the fuck is my... Oh, they're there. They're hiding. I was like, where the fuck are my cigarettes? I need to smoke a cigarette every 2 minutes or I'll die. It's like Speed, only with cigarettes. The movie Speed. If you don't smoke 2 cigarettes every 30, this bus will blow up every 30 minutes.
And you know the tobacco companies are like, mission accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, jackpot.
That's alright. I'm going to quit eventually. Because, like, you know, I sing in the band, Nick McEwen and the 33. Of course, that'd be weird if I wasn't in that band, because it has my name. But having a singer who smokes cigarettes is like a runner who kicks the wall all day. You know?
That's totally what it would sound like.
Yeah, I hear that noise over there, Kyle. It's like, what's Kyle doing? We don't know.
You'll never know.
You're listening to InSpace. You can give us a call at 316-712-0333. You can also listen to us on RadioZenu.com. That's RadioXENU.com.
Menu with an X.
XENU. You can also find us at Facebook at facebook.com/InSpace Show.
Books with faces.
Also at Twitter at Nick McEwen the 33, Steve Headley 33, and Big Joe Pun. Is that right?
Oh, I still have to make a fucking Twitter.
Yeah, we gotta get on that twit. What?
Mine is gonna be...
Twit the twat.
Flip the flop.
I don't know. It's hard. It's an important decision.
Yep, we'll be right back.
Alright, chill, let it go. Free your mind and your soul. It makes sense, oh I know. Follow me down that road. Alright, chill, let it go. Free your mind and your soul. It makes sense, oh I know. Follow me down that road. I was handed the skip, now I hand it to you. The art of living free in a world with nothing to prove. Yeah, it's true, this I know. It won't come easy, no. I can show you the route, you gotta figure it out. Erase all doubt, try to learn what it's all about. There's a haze in the way, it will clear brighter days. This ain't a forecast, just a figure of speech. Follow my lead and you're guaranteed to succeed. Forget all your fears, regrets, and your enemies. Do as I say, feel the release. Alright, chill, let it go. Free your mind and your soul. It makes sense, oh I know. Follow me down that road. Alright, chill, let it go. Free your mind and your soul. It makes sense, oh I know. Follow me down that road. You gotta live one day at a time. If you're stressing on the future, that's when you fall behind. Keep in mind, one day you're here, the next day you're gone. Live every day like it's your last, remain strong, hang on. Enjoy the ride while it lasts, cause it'll pass in a flash. Don't get crashed, that's all I ask. Do I know all the questions? No, not a chance. Life is what you make it, cause it's in your hands. Some will get it, and others just won't understand. Damn, that's just the nature of man. Forget everything you've grown to know. Do as I say, let it go, let it go. Alright, chill, let it go. Free your mind and your soul. It makes sense, oh I know. Follow me down that road. Alright, chill, let it go. Free your mind and your soul. It makes sense, oh I know. Follow me down that road. So you're chillin', no stressing. How's your day been? Got your health still alive? Okay then. You listen to my words, found peace in what you heard. I'm not a preacher, a teacher, or a leader, trying to make skeptics to believers. This is how I live life, every day, every night. That's right, I can see it in your eyes. You're surprised that it's all true, now you're gonna lead a different life. Forgot all your fears, regrets, and your enemies. Did as I said, felt the release. You just chill, let it go. Freed your mind and your soul. It made sense, told you so. Followed me down that road. You just chill, let it go. Freed your mind and your soul. It made sense, told you so. Followed me down that road.
I said down that road now. I said down that road. I said down that road now. I said down that road now. I said down the road. I said down that road now. I said down the road. I said down the road.
What is that a picture of? That guy looks crazy.
This article, it comes from Minnesota, and this is from the Huffington Post Weird News. Brian Wutschke arrested for allegedly using a sex toy while driving in St. Paul. This guy looks crazy. He's a big old dude with like a mullet and a goatee. If the trucks are rocking, please, for the love of God, don't come knocking. The police in Minnesota had to ignore that advice to break up a live one-man sex show allegedly put on by the driver behind the wheel of a pickup truck. Bystanders in St. Paul were scandalized to see that Brian Witschke allegedly performing a graphic act on a white dildo on Wednesday, according to the St. Paul Pioneer Press. Cars honked at the apparent exhibitionist to shoo him away. Police who got complaints about the X-rated performance found a red truck several blocks away. They found a piece of erotic hardware in his shirt and noticed several pairs of women's underwear in the interior. So this guy, like, parked his truck and just started sticking a dildo up his ass in the cab of his truck. Just out of nowhere, randomly in St. Paul, Minnesota.
And it was a dildo, not a sleeve?
Well, he had a dildo and it was hidden under his shirt. But during the pat-down, Witschke informed the cops that the vibrating noise they heard was another pleasure device. So he also had a vibrating dildo in his pants. Or it's hidden somewhere that was going. Oh, that's my other dildo officer. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you about it. How disgusting is that?
Is there a reason why?
Was he on drugs?
No, it doesn't say. The post says he was initially detained for obscene performances and indecent exposure. It doesn't say why he did it. Doesn't say anything about it. He just parked his car in the middle of the road and started going down on himself with a vibrating dildo and a white. They specifically say white dildo.
They always got to play the race car.
Right. White dildo.
Yeah.
Sales are down in the white dildo region.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Talk about a park and ride. Like, what is this guy thinking? This is a good spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna chill out here for a minute, shove this up my ass. There we go. And scene. That's fucked up. People are getting weird. Joe, you got something over there?
I do. Let's check it out here. Oh, I got a tasty article.
Tasty.
Another one from our good friends at the Huffington Post with weird news. If I had $63,000, I think I'd spend it on whale vomit.
You would?
I would. So there's an 8-year-old in Great Britain that discovered a piece of whale vomit that was worth $63,000. Apparently, like, it looks like a yellowish beige
Yeah, what's
rock
that?
or
It's
something.
called, like, what, ambergris?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, ambergris.
Yeah, that shit, they use it in perfume,
Yeah,
clown.
it's in high demand.
yeah,
with
The
yeah.
same
perfume
thing
makers.
with, like, cat urine.
Yeah.
It's made with real bits of panther.
That's gross.
So yeah, he thought it was a rock and found out it was just a bunch of
How old is
whale
he?
vomit. An 8-year-old.
8 years old. How much money is that
Charlie
thing worth?
Naismith.
It's like a chunk of vomit worth how much money?
$63,000.
That is fucking ridiculous. You could buy a house for that. That's for a chunk of vomit.
I guess a pound of whale waste sells for as much as $10,000.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
I'm gonna get a whale.
Yeah, so much for the gold standard, right?
Yeah.
All you got to do is feed a whale a lot.
Should be based off ambergris.
Are you sick yet?
That is weird.
Well, you also have something that you can sell. You can sell your plasma, which is in females' foundation. Like the foundation we put on our face. It has plasma in it. It has human plasma in it.
That is disgusting.
Yeah.
Why
Can
is
you
that
transmit
exactly?
diseases that way?
No. They clean it, I think. I mean,
How do you
that-
clean
Testing
plasma?
and stuff like that.
You run it through one of those dialysis machines. When they take plasma from you, it goes through a filtering
Yeah.
machine before it separates.
Yeah, because they test.
Have you
it and
guys
shit.
never been so poor you've sold your plasma before?
Not
Am I the only one?
Ever since I've been 18, I've gotten tattoos every year, so I'm not eligible.
Oh, yeah. I've donated plasma before. I lived in Kansas City and I was poor, and it was like $60 for the first time. So I'm like, an hour of my time for $60, yeah. And I took the money and I bought alcohol and got drunk that night. Some cigarettes, whatever.
Oh, I bet you were an easy drunk, though.
Yeah, no, totally. I was tired for 2 days.
Like hammered.
Like lethargic, anemic feeling for 2 fucking days afterwards.
Yeah.
But
You can actually donate after you've had a tattoo. You can donate the day that
As
you
long
have
as-
a tattoo, as long as it was done in a
and
state
you
licensed
haven't
facility.
eaten beef in England in the past 12 years.
Really?
Yeah, because of
I thought it was
Crystal Yelcom.
always.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mad cow.
Right.
Yep, you had to spend about 6 months in Europe in certain places,
Mm-hmm.
or have to live there for 5 years.
Cool.
I think it was
And
19...
you can't have sex with sheep.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
Don't go to Sweden. Sweden.
More like sweeten.
Um,
That was a Joe Morgan quote, so I just have to give him credit for that.
Sweet.
but the years are 1980 through 1996.
Mad cow. I'm a mad cow, and I'm mad. Meh. Jess, you got an article over there?
I do. I have a very...
Penisy.
Yeah. Very painful as well.
Go figure.
So I don't know if you guys have heard that a lot of gentlemen, even though they don't have erectile dysfunction, they'll use these pills to, help, lengthen the amount of time that they can go and how many
Performance.
times they can go and increase their stamina.
Performance enhancing.
Stamina. Stamina.
Call now.
Enhanced.
Call us.
I'm so hot for you. Right now, pick up the phone. Yeah, we're alone at home.
Don't miss that special moment
Damn, girl.
when the moment strikes. You want to be ready.
So pick up the phone and write this number down.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Give us a call now at 316-712-0333.
Your penis will thank you.
Mysterious. Bye.
Who's ready to fuck? Okay, I'm sorry, Jess. Go on.
It's fine.
That went a little longer than planned.
So
that's how it always goes.
So him and his significant other was a female, but they decided that they wanted to go ahead and try this.
Mm-hmm.
So he picked up Virilis Pro, and it's supposed
What's
to be
it called?
Virilis.
Viralis?
Virilis, yeah.
Viralis?
Virilis Pro. It's supposed to last up to 3 days, and it's supposed to be all natural. And they use all natural ones because it's supposed to have less side effects than ones you get through pharmacy.
Right.
Synthetics
Right. Something that's not
Yeah.
going to give you the fucking constipation
or something.
or diarrhea. Diarrhea! In space!
I just pictured diarrhea floating through space.
I got a boner, but I got the green apple splatter.
I got the green apple squirts.
I'm ready for you, honey. I just gotta go to the bathroom first.
Viralis in space.
Okay,
It was
Jess,
taters.
I'm sorry once again, go on.
It's okay. It's
We've
just one
got
of those.
2 weeks. We've got 2 weeks of verbal diarrhea we need to get out of us and put it in space, so.
And it's just one of those articles that you've just got to comment
Oh,
on. So,
Kyle, you just ripped your article.
I was like testing
He's
its
so
tension.
excited.
Were you testing its virility?
I just saw his O face.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so when I read that article, it said that his penis had become so engorged with blood that they actually had to deglove the skin on his penis.
yep. And I actually hadn't gotten to that part yet, but when they were actually having intercourse, it became extremely painful for him. So then when he
He squirted
Removed.
blood all over the
It went
sheets.
everywhere. It went over the sheets, the
come
walls,
on.
everywhere. There was just blood everywhere, and it became really
murder scene.
swollen.
Oh no.
So then they go to the hospital, and what it ended up being was his urethra had completely detached from his penis.
Oh, God.
So now he has a catheter. They're thinking he will never be able to have an erection
Well,
again.
he doesn't have a penis anymore, really. I mean, the
Pretty
urethra
much.
is separated from the penile area, so it's just like a little flappy flesh tube
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
squirts out urine. Now they've probably got it hooked up to a catheter, and that dude's wanker will never be right. Mommy says, I've got a wonky eye.
One time for your mind.
Oh,
I feel
man.
bad for that guy.
He's gotta be pissed.
But the company that sells it, they're not making any quotes about it. The only thing that they're really saying is that that's not a known side effect.
Well, it is now.
He's probably allergic or
I
something.
mean, and who knows if this guy is just stupid and he took like
100 of them,
triple the amount. He's like, well, if it says only one, I'll take like 17. My dick will be huge.
It'll be gigantimous.
I bet though, in a couple years or so, they'll, you'll be watching daytime TV, and when the commercials from Maury come on, it'll be like, "Have you or someone you know recently taken Morales and suffered penile malfunction? If so, call our lawyer."
Yeah. He's like, honey, don't make plans for this weekend because we're fucking the whole time.
And then he fucking squirts blood everywhere.
Oh, gosh.
That hurts me right now.
That would be like the worst image that you would ever want to see yourself in. You know what I mean? Like,
engorged with blood
coming out of your dick.
Yeah,
like,
no. That's one of my worst fears. Actually, is pissing blood. It's a
horrible feeling.
Stroke, having a stroke where your brain clogs up, and pissing blood. Yeah, those are my two main fears in my life.
I wonder if it was oxygenated.
It's pretty scary, I bet.
Right.
Bright red.
Which
Kool-Aid
kind of
blood.
red was it? Was it Kool-Aid or was it maraschino cherry?
Was it Kool-Aid or was it White Sin? Kyle, you got an article?
Yes, I got a few. I'm trying to figure out which one goes more with the mood. Well, since we're on like the body, I have an article here, and it's from the Blue Banner thing.
It's from, it would be Live Science. Let me see. Let me see
Live Science.
It took me ever to
That's
find
what I
mine.
thought. I was trying to
Live
think
Science,
of
yeah.
Live Science. All right.
Whenever you see that blue banner,
Right,
it means
yeah.
Live Science.
And you're Live Science.
Yeah, I got it. Live science.
All right.
Live science.
Anyways, this article is called "Does Shaving Really Cause Hair to Grow Back Thicker and Coarser?" So I've thought about this before too, and I mean I know everybody's heard that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
like,
that is one like urban tale that I've heard for years that pisses me off when people tell me, and I'm like, are you fucking out of your mind? That does not change the molecular structure of your hair growth.
No.
How would that even affect how anything grows? That makes no fucking sense. Your argument is invalid, and I wish you a blessed day.
It actually says here that they show that the ends of the hair, once it grows a certain length, is actually thinner because it comes to a point. So when you shave, you cut past that point, and then it's actually the stubble, which is thicker because it's
Which
the
makes
it's
it
the
feel
base.
like it's thicker, yeah.
And it feels and it looks thicker
Right.
also because there's less like negative space. You know what I mean?
Right.
That makes sense.
So it's actually just like an optical illusion kind of thing. And it's growing at an angle because you
Well,
shave.
when you cut it at an angle.
Right,
Your face
'cause you
is
want
at
to
90
go
degrees.
Right, you want to go with it,
Right.
obviously. Kind of like cutting wood. Same
Well,
thing.
every time you see one of those razor commercials, you see the hair's getting cut off, and they'll be sitting at 45 degrees, and
Right.
the razor comes along, gives them a 90-degree cut. That's going to give it a pokey edge, you know what I
Right.
mean? And so it's going to feel like it's thicker.
Yeah, and they've done several studies, and they actually did one as far back as like 1970 because they kind of wanted to just test the myth, and they actually measured like the actual circumference and everything of
Right.
the hairs, you know, when it was grown and then completely shaved. So, I mean, your pores are big. You can see them. You know what I mean? If you look in the mirror, you can see your pores. They're pretty large on some people.
Hey, Kyle.
Yes.
Do you manscape?
On occasion.
Do you?
Yeah, I mean, you got to a little bit.
Does it make it thicker?
No.
Okay.
No, it makes it
Makes it thicker.
softer.
I kind of pegged you for a manscaper.
Yeah, well, you know, you gotta trim the tree a little. You got to.
Well, when you have it, you might as well.
Right.
But along with the shaving, I actually have a friend of mine is Laotian. And
We from Lao.
yeah, and somebody was asking her how, like, she has her hair so thick and so full, and I guess it's a common practice. I don't know if it's generalized in her family or kind of around that community.
Don't pass me, I'm just so fresh and clean.
But they shave their daughters' heads.
Because they're racists.
No, because they think it makes it come in thicker and fuller.
Oh, okay.
Well, they're silly.
They are. According to the article from Live Science, those are some silly Laotians from Laos. And then when you got lice, you get deloused.
If you want your hair to
Is there
get
a connection there?
thicker.
No more
And they
lice.
shave their heads. They shave their heads, right? And
What?
then when you, they call it like a delousing when you get rid of lice. I don't know. There's got to be connection there. Maybe Laotia or Laos has
Does
a lot of-
delousing just have to do with your hair?
Yeah, when you get rid of lice.
Oh, that's that powder.
Or delousing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Worst
thought,
image.
I thought they were big on SARS.
SARS? No, that's Japan and China.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly China. They all wear those mouth masks. Yeah.
We need blankets and chicken noodle soup.
Stat.
Which, did you know with the surgical masks, they only, like, if I'm sick and I wear one, that's beneficial to you guys. It's not beneficial
Right,
the other way around.
That's true.
If what now?
If you're sick and you wear the mask, it does more good than if you're not sick and wear a mask. Because people are like fucking giant cannons of junk.
Right.
And so if you've got that covered and it captures the bacterium before it gets into the environment,
Then it's good.
it cuts down on more people getting sick than it would as if you were wearing a mask, because most of the time when you get sick it's because your hand has touched something and then entered your mouth.
Right.
I mean, that's like 80% of all sicknesses.
Or your
because-
eye or nose.
Right. Well, you usually touch yourself or touch something. Well, I mean, hold on a second.
I mean, we all forget to touch ourselves, or, we touch our mouths after we touch ourselves.
Whoa.
I eat some germs. I touch myself. David, do you have an article for us
Yeah.
tonight?
I do.
Way to keep on track.
I
Keep
do.
on track.
Also dealing with the body in some cases. My articles from Life Science talks about bears are really not attracted to women who are menstruating.
Are you serious?
Yes. So back in 1967, some campers were attacked. The two people who died were women. One was menstruating, and the other was carrying tampons. She must have been expecting,
Yeah.
or not
Getting
expecting.
ready to hit her
They are
cycle.
friends, so of course they're like on the same,
On the same cycle, yeah.
Yeah, but so there have been a number of studies dealing with bears who are used to being around people eating trash, things like that, and they.
Kyle's over here seat dancing, shaking his ass. What was that about?
No one needed to know that.
Shake your ass. Watch yourself.
Show me what you're working with. But they haven't found any evidence of bears liking tampons or menstrual blood. in these studies, with one exception was polar bears, but in that study, like, it's kind of debunked based on the small sample size of bears. They use core bears. So you really can't, make a judgment like all polar bears will eat you when you're on your period. Based on what? Based on 4 bears that ate a dirty tampon 13% of the time that it was presented. So
They weren't poised.
9 out of 10 polar bears recommend.
yeah. The next tampon commercial.
Yeah, right.
Kotex recommended by polar bear. You'll have the Schmoka Schmola bears playing in the North Pole.
Carrying around tampon.
Yeah, right.
Look what I can do.
It absorbs 99% more stank, so the polar bears don't attack you.
Yeah. So now all the guys out there who like camping, it's no longer a valid excuse to leave your girlfriend at home because she's menstruating.
Because it does not attract bears if you're menstruating. But, I don't know. I think there's a lot of variables in that situation because, okay, say somebody's having a heavy flow. The bear obviously will have the nasal aptitude of a dog, pretty much, because it lives in the wild and it can probably sense more things than the human nose can, and it picks up iron aroma, and it picks up the blood scent. Honestly, wouldn't that attract a predator that is a carnivore who eats meat? To smell that, they'd think, okay, there's meat somewhere, I'm going to go after it. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like with sharks.
Right.
When you're throwing chum and stuff in the water, they're going to get attracted.
Right. Is it the same way with bears? How accurate... Okay, I understand that, magically menstruating won't attract bears. But what if there's a good amount of, blood or iron particles or whatever atoms that get into the air and gets into the bear's nose? That's obviously going to attract it because it's a carnivore and it's used to eating blood. When it smells blood, it means, hey, there's a meal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like animal blood.
It may be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, menstrual blood, because it's clouded with other uterine linings,
right? So if you like that, if you put I don't know, a bear treat, and there's two of them. One of them was saturated in menstrual blood. The other one wasn't. Which one do you think the bear would go to?
The one that's not in menstrual blood.
You don't think so?
Because you think about, even in these studies, the one with the polar bears, even, it showed that the 4 polar bears there would eat a used tampon 13% of the time. Okay. But when presented with other things like food, they would eat that, things like fish oil,
whatever's cleaner,
or something like that. They would eat that 100% of the time, and even alcohol. They would eat that or drink that 2/3 of the time, which
instead of going after the used feminine hygiene product.
Because think about it in the wild. If a woman bear was menstruating, the man bear would want nothing to do with her.
True.
That's sad.
True.
Because their only reason to get together would be to mate, and obviously that's not going to happen. So they're like, "Fuck that shit."
Yeah.
What about the Berenstain Bears?
I don't know. That'd be incest.
They might be a little freaky.
The next one would be the Bernstein bird.
Bernstein bird. There's the Bernstein bird. And the picnic caper.
So I know I'm the only female here, but I think that's the most uncomfortable conversation we've ever had.
The jury's still out.
Yeah, it got a little weird. We said it was going to.
He's ready to get weird.
That was just really gross.
What's uncomfortable?
Sorry. You know that stuff. Come on. You experienced it for many years now, right?
Have you ever been attacked?
Yeah, have you ever been camping around bears?
In Colorado.
You just don't know it. They're there.
Bears are everywhere.
Bears are periods. So.
Yeah. No, bears. Well,
every time you're on a period, a bear is stalking you.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the period.
Winnie the Pooh was a guy. He didn't have to worry about periods.
So that's what a heffalump is.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
It's a period.
I think Winnie the Pooh menstruated honey.
Yeah, probably. He damn sure wasn't diabetic.
Yeah.
Steve, you got a motherfucking article over there?
Yeah, I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Headley from Nick McEwen of the 33, the bassist, the facist, the one and only acist.
It's a wonderful thing to be a Headley.
It's a wonderful thing to be a Headley.
I didn't get through too much of this article. I kept cutting in and out of it. But anyway, it's about the zombie apocalypse.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's been talking about it. It seems to be everywhere.
Yeah, everybody's down with that shit now. It's
Everybody
awesome.
loves it. I think it's hilarious.
It's entertaining because what would you do if zombies were just all of a sudden to
There's so
take
many
over?
options.
Run.
Well, yeah, obviously.
It's like, how are you going to kill one? You going to use a sword, knife, glow stick?
You're dead. You're a dead zombie.
But now these archaeologists. That's wrong. Archaeologists. That's it.
Full-on rapist.
Hey there, little zombie boy.
You mean philanthropist?
Yeah. Well, they're all working in Europe and over in the Middle East, and they were digging up some remains that they were finding from these Stone Age points in time.
Yeah.
They found a bunch of human skulls buried underneath ancient settlement in Syria, and the heads on these people were detached from their bodies and completely smashed in.
So, like, before they died, their heads were just collapsed.
Yep. They didn't find any smooth cuts, anything like that. Any cuts of the neck or anything. It's like they just smashed their heads until they died. They believe, you know how we use like a bullets, you say shoot a zombie in the head and
Right. Take out the brain.
Yeah, take out the brain.
Destroy
give it a double
the head
tap.
of the brain to disable the zombie.
Their
headlies were gone.
the lovely bunch
The
of
headless
coconuts.
was dead.
Headley. Very headly. Deadly headly.
That was my wrestling name.
How
in high
long ago
school.
was that?
Well, this was August 25th. No, that's just when you printed it.
No, I mean, how old were the bodies that they found that were...
Like 10,000-year-old skulls.
So, like, 10,000 years ago, when somebody was getting ready to die, they'd just smash their fucking head in?
Well, they're saying it was more like a ritual
Oh,
than
okay.
anything, but since they obviously didn't have the technology like we do today, they don't have bullets. Whatever.
Well, back then, they thought the soul was a part of the body.
Yeah.
Right, so...
So they used big damn rocks.
I mean, whatever gets the job done, right? It's just about working smart, not working hard.
Yeah.
They say that taking away the facial identity could be a way of separating the dead from the living.
I wonder if these people were just, people who everybody hated around town. So,
They're almost dead. Let's just beat them
Like,
all the way in, and then we're good.
one night you drank too much mead, and you're like, oh, let's dig those guys up and smash their faces one last time.
I'll take a pint of mead.
Grandma's been around long enough.
Yeah. What if it was like a revenge thing? Like, I'll show you to treat me like shit.
Smash.
Well, while we're on like weird shit, like zombies and like weird things, there's a fabled chupacabra or mutant fox poisoned by radiation? Question mark.
Question mark.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
I'm very excited.
Okay. Well, these hunters in the Ukraine are struggling to identify a mutant animal, and they shot it in like a remote area of the Soviet Republic. And like if you look at the picture of this thing, it looks like a kangaroo and like a dog kind of mixed together, because it has
Right.
a really long tail, and like it kind of has like short front legs and long back legs, like it would hop around or something.
Yeah. You know what really gets me about this whole rebrandish chupacabra phase that's been going around? Before the past 6 years, the chupacabra was like a reptilian type of figure that had fangs and would suck the blood of ghosts. Well, now that there's all these stories coming out about these dog-like creatures that are supposedly the chupacabras, when in all Mexican lore, they're always scaly, green, they have like claws for fingers, giant fucking teeth, and all of a sudden they've turned into these coyotes that have mange, basically, or foxes that have mange. And that kind of, it dilutes the story, and it makes me wonder why the story's gone in that direction.
Because they're going to probably want to make a movie about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're trying to take it more towards the werewolf level, like with
Probably.
with all the Twilight bullshit. Everybody loves a werewolf.
Right.
One even says, like, recently, like in 95, they saw the first actual sighting, and then not but a couple months after that, they found like 150 animals killed.
Good God.
And a lot of them had the same kind of puncture marks, and they're like completely drained of blood.
That's weird, though, because
Yeah,
this...
and there was like no blood like around the area.
Right,
you
no,
know,
like,
it was
drops.
just gone. Yeah.
so weird.
And I mean, like the chupacabra is Spanish for goat sucker. That's where
Right,
that came
that's
from.
what it means.
So I mean, after that, like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like evolved or like somehow mutated creature or if it's like just an actual.
But all the chupacabra legends talk about a thing with green eyes and like claws for hands that does this.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the image of it socially has changed into a mangy coyote-looking creature.
See, I always thought it was smaller than, well, about the standard size of like a medium-sized dog. I don't know,
Yeah.
like a Dachshund or maybe even a Beagle.
If you look up some of the like artist renditions on Google or anything like that,
It changes from.
yeah, you'll see
Image.
little reptilian alien-looking things that have been described for years. All of a sudden, it's mangy coyotes and foxes and
Yeah.
dogs.
I remember the first one I saw was, it looked like a lizard to me.
You've seen a chupacabra?
Yeah,
Really? I didn't know that.
got away from me.
God, where did you see a chupacabra?
I would think it was Salina.
Are you serious?
What?
Totally.
I never heard that shit.
Did you swing your base at it?
I hit it.
Well, how often
Six
does the
strings to the
chupacabra?
face.
How often does the chupacabra fucking conversation come up?
Not very often.
You gotta cherish those.
Holy shit. So,
The chupacabras.
I know Joe does some karaoke. Joe, you do karaoke, right?
I've been known to.
Yeah.
Joe likes big balls.
Joe's got two songs that he does religiously sometimes when he used to do karaoke. It was the Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls from South Park
So come
and
on, chocolate salty balls.
AC/DC's Big Balls. Those are just two favorites. But I've got a Huffington Post article from the crime unit of Huffington Post. William Henry Aller Sr. pleads no contest to shooting his son over bad karaoke singing. A California man accused of shooting his 50-year-old son because he didn't like his country karaoke singing has pleaded no contest to assault with a firearm. This dude didn't like the way his kid was singing karaoke, so he fucking shot him. He's like, that's not the way you do Hank, son.
Dude, there's nothing worse than a bad karaoke singer.
That's
though.
true, but you don't have to shoot somebody.
Maybe he was looking for fame, like Marvin Gaye's dad did it. I'm gonna do it too.
Well,
that really
Marvin Gaye
happen?
tried to kill his dad, didn't he? Or Marvin Gaye's dad shot Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Right.
See, now look, this guy's getting talked about on InSpace. I don't know how much more famous you can get.
Right, exactly. Authorities say the father and son were fighting over the music when the elder Aller pointed a handgun at his son and shot him during a struggle.
Did they say what song he was singing?
No, it says he may have acted in self-defense, but still, really, dude? You gotta fucking shoot. You're Mitt Romney.
Well, along the same lines of singing and dancing, I lost my article. But there was this guy that was arrested because he was dancing in the trailer park in front of this lady's house.
Where's the article? You gotta find that article. Where'd it go?
I don't know.
Was he nude?
Yeah, he was completely nude.
Awesome.
Ah, there it is.
Okay, start again.
John David Kindler. He was dancing outside this woman's house. He's 34 years old at 1 a.m. on August 15th. Her dog started barking, so she looked to see what it was, and he was out there dancing in the nude.
Yeah, I read that article, and what's funny about it is the lady that reported it actually had him in her apartment, and then he went home and went to bed. The cops showed up and came and asked him, had he seen anybody outside dancing around in the nude, and he was like, no. And then he turned around, and they saw dirt and shit all over his back, and so that's how they actually caught him after he was doing his little crazy drunken nude party dance in the middle of the road. So nobody's got nothing.
Really? A dirt road, maybe?
I don't know. It says they saw dirt and shit on his back, and they knew it was him immediately.
Was Crisco involved?
I'm you. You're me. Covered in Crisco, looking for a party.
I'm you. You're me.
Kevin and Crisco looking for a party.
He was drunk though.
So drunk.
Yeah.
Very drunk.
Who's never done that before?
Well, okay, but there's a difference between getting caught and not getting caught.
Getting caught and not getting caught. Huge difference
If it
between
was
the two.
raining, I might have done it.
They're actually kind of polarizing.
I like
It's the
good old-
difference between a story you can share with your friends and a story that everyone
required.
shares with each other.
I rolled myself in
The
mud
story
the
you're
other
required
day.
to share with the neighbors.
I mean, if you're gonna go down for something, that's not too bad, I guess. Like, hey, I'm the guy who was naked outside. Accept me or not, it might happen again.
I really want to know what song he was dancing to, though.
I'm guessing LMFAO.
I'm naked and I know it.
Yeah.
All right, you're listening to InSpace. Give us a call at 316-712-0333 or look us up on Facebook at facebook.com/InSpace Show. Follow me on Twitter at Nick McEwen 33, Big Joe Pun or Steve Headley 33. This is InSpace.
I'm in space, bitch.
When I'm going, let you come around anyhow. Run around town, down, won't you hear me now? People talking in the street, don't give a shout. Coming down the line, we running out of time now. When I'm going, let you come around anyhow. Run around town, down, won't you hear me now? People talking in the street, don't give a shout. Coming down the line, we running out of time now. When I'm going, let you come around anyhow. Run around town, down, won't you hear me now? People talking in the street, don't give a shout. Coming down.